Okay, John, we're live, but
Yep.
hang on, I need to turn off some of the display. Hang on. Turn off my GIF on the side. Turn off the text at the top.
Hmm.
Okay, and then let me put on some music before you show your stuff.
Boo-doo, boo-doo, boo.
Okay.
Boo-doo.
Okay, so this is number 22 of our game dev chat. Right, every week we
Yay.
show each other what we did over the week.
Hmm.
You are working on GBA stuff, and I'm working on my mobile game.
Hmm.
What do you have today?
Today, I will showcase some audio. I finally put some audio in my GBA stuff. And yeah,
Okay.
so here goes. Boo-doo, 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 ding.
No, John.
Boo-doo, ding.
But by the way, if you are going to play audio, let me know. I will mute the background music.
Okay, I'm gonna do it now.
Okay.
Huh. Let's see if this works.
Uh huh. Oh. Look at that.
Look at that, it's a white screen.
It's Zelda.
Do you know the name of this
It's the
song?
Song of Rain, right?
Yeah, it's called Song of Storms.
Storm, sorry, not rain.
Huh, what kind of Zelda fan are you? Huh? Okay, and now we can just let this play for the next half an hour.
What? Talk a little more about the technical implementation.
Okay, so I should probably pause it.
Wait, just a moment. Hey Ace, thanks for dropping by. I'm just with my friend John. We are showing each other what we have done. John is showing his progress on his GBA game. So today he's talking about the audio implementation in GBA. Yeah. So John, go ahead.
Right, so the GBA has a bunch of channels dedicated to audio,
Uh-huh.
and it's pretty complicated. There's like a bunch of memory locations you can write to that will generate sounds. Basically, there are four channels that you can. Yeah, there are four or more channels that you can use to generate sounds. So channel one is like this tone generator thingy. Channel two is another tone generator. Channel three allows you to play wave PCM audio, meaning like if you took your wave file and then you input it correctly into channel three, you could play a wave file.
Okay.
Channel four is a noise generator, and I think there are another two more channels for you to do audio stuff.
So you mentioned wave file. Wave file.
I mean wave data.
With the
So like
okay.
your wave file audio.
Right.
So it's like raw uncompressed data.
Mm.
You can use that. You can play that through channel three, and I think there's two more channels that's not really covered here that you
Right.
can also use. Yeah, I haven't figured out everything completely yet. So I'm just like playing around with channel 1 and channel 4 for now.
Right.
So channel 1 is like a wave generator. It generates a square wave basically, and then you kind of tell it, give it some parameters to indicate the envelope of the wave. So if we go to my picture, I'm gonna attempt to draw.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is your like square wave, right? There's a duty cycle. The duty cycle refers to like within one period.
Can you repeat what cycle?
A duty cycle.
Duty cycle. Okay.
Duty. Oh no. Duty cycle.
I think I know what's
lag.
going on, John. You might have to change your tablet settings.
Really?
It
To
might.
what?
I forgot. It might be that when you're holding down your tablet, like, it's trying to check if it's you're trying to right click. Oh hey, thanks Ace for the host. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so the duty cycle just means how much of your within one period of the wave of a cycle of the wave, how much of it is at the level 1 as opposed to level 0.
Okay.
So I'm currently using like a 50% duty cycle, which means half the time it's low, half the time it's high. But anyway, this is just some details about how the wave is generated. Then you can apply a volume envelope to it. You can say like start at this. You can say the amplitude starts at maybe this high, and then it decreases. This is the volume curve.
Right.
Yeah, this is the volume curve. You can say it starts at this level and then it goes down. So that gives you like a sound that fades out, or you can say start at 0 and go upwards. There's a sound that fades in.
Is there a format that you define this envelope in? Do you have the attack sustain thingy?
Yeah, you don't really have like a attack sustain and all that. It's only either it increases, it decreases, or it doesn't change.
Ah, I see. Okay.
For now, that's what I've seen so far.
Right.
Yeah, and so you can specify these things. So basically, the notes that I'm playing, I kind of had to. I copied these from a tutorial, and then so basically, there's a certain format that you need to use to specify the values. These values that I just mentioned, the duty cycle and whether it's increasing or decreasing, and all that. That's what this function does. And then so you kind of just write straight into memory all these values to enable the audio, and then
Goodness.
and then
how do you even read these, right? Like if you need to debug, about how do you read this?
Yeah, so I haven't cleaned this up. People have come up with nice ways of writing these values. For example, I followed someone else's code someone who was trying to write GBA code in modern C++, and this is how he writes values into say like a 16-bit variable. So it's basically you define a bunch of functions to write the data in accordingly, and then you can give them names, so it becomes easier for you to do stuff. Like for example, in my sprite test,
that is true.
Yeah, I can do something like object attribute. I say the shape is square. It uses the affine transformation matrix.
And you can chain it too, right? Because it returns itself. Okay, that's nice. Yeah. That's nice.
Although in his later work, he created another library for working with C++, working in modern C++ with the GBA, where that completely drops this whole thing.
Oh,
he doesn't do this anymore. In fact, what he uses is a bit field kind of thing. If you recall what a bit field is, you can say like a struct, control, and then say like boolean, and then is affine, and then this one takes 1 bit.
Yeah.
And then you can say is something like is shown or something, and this one takes another bit, and so on.
Right. I do wonder how padding would be like if you write like this.
Right. So if you were to about padding, you could probably do something like there are attributes that you can say is packed or something like that. I can't remember the exact syntax, but yeah. So it'll be exactly what you mentioned instead of adding padding bytes and all that.
Right.
And then the way you declare it is in C++, I think 20. I'm not sure if 17 has it. Maybe 17 has it already. You can say you can just initialize the thing as this. Control is affine true dot is shown true, something I can say for.
What syntax is that? Dot is affine.
So this is called a named named member initialization.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically the struct has these values, right? It's affine is shown. You can initialize your object in this form.
Right. Is it necessary to have? Oh, you need the dot, right? It's part of the syntax.
Yeah.
I see.
I think so. I think this is how you do it.
Right. Yeah. And this is part of the newer standard, right?
Yeah.
Understood.
Is this? Oh wait, no, it's this.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Something like that.
Does this work with classes as well?
Wait. Does this work with classes?
Yeah.
Does this work with classes? Yes, it does.
Right.
So So in the modern C language, in C, I think 11 or later, I can't remember which one, you can actually change the order of this as well. But in C++, they don't allow you to do that. Only C does that.
I see. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
so
Yeah.
yeah, it's a bit annoying because now you have to remember like the order in which your variables will be declared and then write them out. But
You would
it's a
assume that
small
it would be better compatible, you know,
yeah, but the C standard and the C++ standards kind of
deviated.
deviated
Alright,
after some time. Yeah.
understood.
I think I'm doing something wrong here, but never mind. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think it's like this. Yeah. So this would be valid code, and this is what the person does in his libGBA. It's called libGBA++.
Okay.
But I kind of prefer this function syntax better. I kind of like this more.
Right.
some
I suppose he dropped this because there is function calls are not exactly free, right?
Well, in this case, because I mean, it could be inlined.
Okay.
If the compiler is smart enough. This could be completely inlined.
Okay.
And since I'm using constant expressions here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Constant expression. This whole thing is actually just. I think with the optimization settings turned on to the maximum, this is just simply one single integer, one single 16-bit integer.
Oh, because it's constant. So
Because
it
it's
can
constant
be
expression.
calculated at compile time. Is that it?
Yeah, because it's const expression.
Ah, okay.
And so, yeah, I think in the final assembly code, this is actually just a single integer. There's
Right.
no need to actually make function calls at runtime.
Right.
I just think this is a bit not so. Oh, I mean, it still works. Not that I
Preference
really,
is up
really
to
like
someone's preference, I suppose.
it. Yeah, preferences.
Preferences. Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
That's very cool.
So yeah, that was that. And so I manually I haven't cleaned up this part yet. So I'm gonna try to convert this whole chunk of code
To be more
into-
readable.
Yeah, to be more readable. Right
I
now, this was just done last minute at 2 a.m. So anyway, yeah, I defined the song of storms. I found the score online and manually keyed this in.
Okay.
and then just play it. So I have like this counter. So every frame will just check: is it time to play the next note? Is it time to play the next note?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and so there's that. And then let's see. Let's do a
What are the
Tetris
chances? What are the chances this demo gets flagged by Nintendo?
Ah, come on! It sounds so terrible right now. I'm just gonna get flagged. So yeah, and then I put some music in Tetris.
Ah. No sound effects yet.
You can hear a tiny bit of the. Hang on. When it locks.
Uh-huh. I
Can
thought
you hear?
no, I can't hear them.
Okay, we'll probably have to. Yeah. You were saying you thought.
I thought you say you want to work on sound effects first, then you work on the music.
Turns out the music was easier because the tutorial had the music.
Understood.
Yeah, the tutorial demoed a small segment of the Song of Storms. The that was all it had. And it's like, okay, I'll just take this and I'll extend it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, let me try to get the sound effects.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, put it in Tetris Audio. Oops. Tetris Audio. And you can see how much like this is all the whole definition for
The song.
that song. Kodobe Miki. That was terrible. I should probably figure out how to play mod files and all that, those tracker music and all that. So anyway, let's see. Oh no, I should have done this in the more readable way, because right now I'm trying very hard to figure out where the audio setting, the volume control is.
It's okay.
Let's see.
Oh no! Wow, there's everything there.
Sound controller.
Yes, I.
Yeah.
Wow.
Alright. Master volume. Sound control. I think. Is this which one is it?
0
my
to
goodness.
7.
Yeah, hang on. I need to bring up my memory map.
Oh my god.
Because apparently there are different names for these registers. These control registers, these areas in memory. Some of them refer to this in this way, and some of them, like one of them refers to it in another way, like sound bias or something like that.
Right.
Sound DS, DMG control or something. So I'm looking for this 8.2, which is DS. This one, which is over here, and I'm gonna blast the noise channel.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, no. Okay, I'm just gonna blast everything.
Yeah. I can't read any of that.
Neither can I, but okay, let's try this again.
Oh, I hear it. I hear it. I hear it.
It's a bit soft.
It's soft compared to the music.
Yeah. Oh, and it kind of bugs out when you clear a line.
It kind of just stops itself midway through, right? The audio.
Yeah. Just because it's like because the setting is for it to continuously keep playing because of the bug. That is now a feature. The bug that is now a feature. So anyway.
But it's now a feature. Yes, yes.
So anyway,
Mhm.
yeah. So okay, let's continue with music. Ta-da, and I'll leave you for the next half
No,
an
no,
hour.
no, no, no. The video's gonna get flagged.
Do, 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 do.
What happens if you lose?
Oh, that's a good question.
Is it going to be tung 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 all the way? Just keep repeating?
No, I guess it just doesn't play at all.
It just doesn't play, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because it's always trying to play, and then it gets stopped every frame. Yeah. So in the end, you don't hear any sound because it's getting stopped all the time.
Yeah.
It's getting restarted all the time.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Yeah.
Tetris with some audio.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It's so low level, right? It's not exactly the most easy to work with, is it?
Yeah. But it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to see like what you can do with just a noise channel, maybe a wave channel, a signal generator. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have for this week.
Yeah, I like it. But what's next for you?
What's next? I'm just gonna clean up the sounds a bit. Maybe write something that will make it such that putting the audio in isn't so tedious that I have to do
Right.
lines with this.
Right.
It's here.
I think you mentioned it last time, right? So what are your options since like file system isn't really a thing?
What are the options? Oh no, what did I do?
I mean, the data can be directly embedded into the ROM, and then how do you read from it?
Oh yeah. What was the question again?
The data, like the song data, like how do you
Right.
embed an entire music file into the ROM?
Okay. So I guess one way would be so actually people have written libraries to sort of work with some kind of file system. So essentially what you do is you take all your data, you pre-process it, it turns into maybe a zip file or something that's readable, and then you just chunk the whole data into your ROM. Either with assembly or you write it out as an array, a huge array of just hex values.
Right.
Like my sprite, like my master sprite is just this array of values, right?
Yeah. So this is generated during compile time.
Yeah. So like as a pre-compilation step, you could put it in your make file or your solution file.
Understood.
That runs a external batch file or something, right? To run a command gather all your assets. There are some file formats that you can treat as a file system.
Right.
Someone wrote a library to actually access like a chunk of memory as a file system, and then you can grab your files out.
Ah, okay.
But I'm not gonna go to that level. I think I have enough RAM to play with for a simple thing.
Okay.
So I'll probably just continue doing it in this form.
Right.
Yeah. But just generating, just getting my tools to generate this better lah. Right.
Oh, John, let me ask you, what is the point of having an unnamed namespace, like the previous? Yeah.
So with an unnamed namespace, you can think of it. Last time, what we used to do was we would put something like static without a unnamed namespace.
Yeah.
This would be what we would do.
File
so
scope,
that
right? Yeah.
This variable only appears is limited to file scope. And it turns out the same thing can be done with a unnamed namespace.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So
This
that's
would be
that's
considered
that's just it, right? It's considered more what?
the more modern C++ way of doing it, I guess.
Ah, understood. That's very cool. So Ace said noise. Noise?
Yeah, lots of noise. noise.
Okay. Okay. So again, can you repeat what's your aim for next week?
I want to clean up the sounds. I want to make a little bit better, make it a little better to play sound effects and all that. So right now there's only one sound effect, and it's only when you lock the piece.
Yes.
I want to put in a little more sound effects when you rotate the piece, when you shift it left and right. And maybe find a way to express the audio file better. Right now I need to find a way to
not let it be like this.
Yeah, I keep this all in manually, so it was a lot of work.
Yeah. Should do some automation, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. Very cool. Okay. Is that it?
Yep. Your turn.
Okay, my turn. Mine is going to be short. Hang on. Let me stop watching and then I'll share my screen with you. Let's see. Share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen, eh?
Right.
Are you able to see it?
I see it.
So do you remember what mechanic I mentioned I want to implement last week?
Nope.
So last week I said I wanted to work on a cannon, much like the barrels in
Right, the
Donkey Kong Country.
Kong.
Yeah, exactly. So let me show it to you. Oops. Go to 37. So it's level 37. It's a very simple level. Look at that.
Yeah.
So jump in, right?
Oh.
And then
okay.
you fire. Ooh. That's it. So basically there are a few states. When you are fired out of a cannon, the player now has a new state, right? And that state is called a shot state. So when you are getting shot out of a cannon, you don't do wall clings anymore. So like wall cling is like this, right? You can cling to a wall and slide. But if you are shot out of a cannon and then you hit the wall, you do not cling to the wall. Rather, you bounce off it, like like as if it's in a pinball machine, like that.
Right.
You see that? So I want this to be. How do I put it? I want the player to really have to aim. I don't want the cannon to just be about navigating an environment, going from point A to B. I want it to also to allow the player to go from A to B in a somewhat indirect fashion. Like they have to think about how to rebound from the wall, right? So to add a small layer of complexity. Right, something like that.
Cool.
Yeah, and that is it, right? Now I have a few things. You can look at this, right, and see like multiple small layers of effects. So for instance, when I jump in, right, you see a circle appearing. And then, oh hey, Devious Oatmeal is here. Hello, Devious Oatmeal. Devious Oatmeal has a suggestion. Let's see. Maybe when holding on the screen, the cannon goes slower. Ah, so that helps with the aiming, right? Yeah, that's something I can consider. Yeah. So John, if you take a look at the cannon, right? Can you name like a few things that's happening when I press the button? Like,
smoke appears.
yeah.
And there's like these little spark thingies, or the smoke dissipates.
Yes, the smoke
It's
dissipates.
a very nice effect.
But there's just one that you observed, right? There's another one which is a split second. For a split second, there's this white circle that appears. Right.
Okay.
So it's a very flamboyant thing, right? Another thing is this is super subtle, but there's an animation to the cannon as well. It's a very exaggerated animation. I'm not sure if you can tell. Like take a look at the mouth of the cannon.
When
You see that?
Okay, it kind of grows bigger.
Yeah, it grows super big. And let's see what else have I added. Actually, that's about it. That's about it. I can show you the pixel edit file if you just give me a moment. Okay, let me just read the feedback. Drag on the screen. The cannon aims in the opposite direction. Give players full control. That could work as well. Although, I might be opting for a more Donkey Kong Country-like control. Hang on. Let me show you the cannon. So this is the animation. This is the animation.
Right.
Right, the stretching and squashing thingy going on there. Is that? Does it remind you of the turret animation in Space Jack? A bit, yeah. Alright, so when you fire, the mouth is like super big, it's super exaggerated, and then because it's like getting stretched out, right, during firing. Immediately after it snaps back to the face, and then there's this elastic thing going on. So this is very subtle when I put it in the game because it plays for only a split second. But I feel like this is one of the things where you would feel like something is missing if you don't have it.
Yeah. Is it possible to make the purple part of the barrel of the cannon like kind of expand as well?
Purple part of the cannon, which one?
The dark purple, the barrel.
Barrel?
In the second frame. Yeah, in the second frame. Maybe it would be nice for it to kind of stretch out a bit as well.
Like that?
Because it looks like something the ball is traveling out.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I should do this. Okay, thank you, John.
That's what I feel like if when your character goes into the cannon as well, like that part stretches out also to sort of show the lump going down the throat.
Sorry. Say again. Which part? Are you talking about the second frame still?
Yeah, but also for entering the cannon.
Okay.
If it's a very short. It's a very short animation over there, right?
You're right. I should do that as well. Actually, there is one more layer of animation, and that is that. I just programmatically scale the sprite for like and wait, how do I put it? Let me just show you what I mean in code. So I have a state machine here, right? Idle, loaded, shoot. So if you check out loaded, I actually changed the scale. I changed the scale with a east out back way of interpolating the cannon from a scale of 1.5. 1.5 would be like bigger than the original size, back to 1. So so when you jump into the cannon, this is what happens. And in fact, when you fire yourself out of the cannon, right, this is what happens as well. So there's actually an additional layer of feedback on top. So I'm kind of just putting like tiny visual feedback on top of each other and hoping that it will add up, right? Because I'm not like I'm not the I'm not good enough at the art, right, to be able to animate something particularly complex. So I'm hoping that these tiny additions that I'm piling on top of each other would make up for it. So wait, where's my file? Did I close it? I think I closed it. Hang on.
It's probably still there, probably behind.
Oh my god, there's so many of them. Hang on. 1, 2. Oops. Excuse me. And that's it.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see. I actually ran into a problem with another part of the game. Let's take a look at, say, level 18. You can count, right, the number of collectibles here. So let me count it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13, right? Now let me go to this save file. This is a problem that I'm not entirely sure how to fix. Right? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that level previously worked okay, right? And in fact, when I was playing it earlier, it seems like it's alright. But like sometime during the week when I made a new build of the game, I noticed that even though that level, right, is marked as fully completed, meaning I've collected all of the collectibles. When I entered the level, there were a few collectibles that was, how do I put it, was solid, meaning the way it's displayed, right, it shows that it hasn't been collected yet, which is wrong. Alright?
And it's because these are the IDs
Yes.
of the items, and they change sometimes when you make a new build.
Yes, I wasn't expecting the IDs to change. I did not make any changes to the level, so why would the IDs change, right? No, that's a problem now. Yeah.
Could be the case that it's because you have more sprites earlier or later or something. I don't know. Like you shifted the levels around, maybe. I have no idea.
But essentially, I can no longer assume that the ID stays the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm considering I need to find a way to hash like the position into its own unique ID. Right. I can do that. What would you suggest?
What would I suggest?
Round off the y value, multiply by an arbitrary number, and then plus the rounded off x value.
What happens if you change the position of the?
Well, then I'm screwed. Well, then how am I supposed to do it? Oh my goodness.
I would name each of these. I would manually.
That's so painful, John. That's so painful.
You can run through your level with a script and name the give them a name right now.
Run through a what?
Your level with a script.
Run through my level with a script. So I go through the JSON file like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Your preprocessor step.
Do I have
Since
to?
you have since you already have a preprocessor step, maybe you could just
But who's to say that the order is preserved?
Who's to say the order is preserved?
Yeah, I mean, I run through it and I will be naming them by the order it's presented in the script, right? And what if the order is not preserved, like in the next build? Then that's gonna screw up again, right?
Sort them by the y value, then the x value, and then
that is so much trouble, John.
That is true. Is it not possible to let me think.
At the moment, I'm leaning towards hashing the position, but you're right. I'm gonna regret it when I change the positions.
Oh, well, it seems like the objects already have names, right?
Where? Names like this?
Yeah, in the instances, there's a name attribute.
This one? This is the name of the object, the object type.
Oh, what about further down? That's inst underscore 6b83 whatever. Down a bit.
Down,
Down 2 lines.
two
Two
lines.
lines more. Yeah, here. Ta-da.
Oh, holy crap!
What's this?
Oh, oh. Okay, hang on. Let me note this down.
I wonder if you can access that through GML though.
I think it's possible actually. I think it's possible.
Yeah.
But can I trust that this wouldn't change?
As long as you don't delete it, I think it will stay the same.
You're right.
I assume so. Only one way to find out.
Right. Right.
If that's the case, then you could just access this name and store this name instead of your object ID, because I think the instance ID is
Runtime
something
generation, right?
yeah, runtime generation.
Okay, you're saying something that's what?
I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm sorry. I interrupted you and you forgot.
But it was probably along those lines. I think you kind of got the gist of it.
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot. Oh man, I should have known that it is generated in runtime. It's this thing that isn't generated in runtime, right? It's the instance name. Look into instance name. Good one, John. Good one. You caught it. Okay, I will do this. So I suppose we have reached the part where I talk about what I will work on next. So first thing first, I want to fix this. Next, for the canon, I actually do want to add a little more. So if you take a look at the canon, take a look at the canon. Where's my file? Okay, there we go. Right. So I actually do want to add an additional visual effect, which is that I realize I don't have paint on. Let me just bring up my paint. I kind of want to draw arrows up like that.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that. I'm deciding on whether I want to do like rebound effect, but maybe it's not worth it, right?
I don't
too
know.
simple. I don't know. In fact, if I want to do a rebound, that means I need to identify the point of collision.
Yeah.
Which requires raycasting, right? Yeah, I guess I can do that, but it's just more trouble, right?
Yeah.
I mean, raycasting, that means I'll have to check for collision against all of the collision boxes around the scene, Is it even worth it? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a puzzle game. It might be useful for a puzzle game. It's a puzzle game. People will appreciate it. I think I would appreciate it.
So you think adding it would be good?
Yeah, I feel
okay.
personally, I probably would like that.
I see.
rather than trial and error kind of. But then again, maybe it's also part of a puzzle platformer too.
I don't understand, but what do you mean by trial and error? You can clearly see the angle, right?
Yes.
Oh no.
And also no.
Yes, and also no.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I will consider it.
But definitely, DVS Oatmeal's suggestion of slowing it down when you hold the button down will help. If with that in place, maybe I won't really need the arrow.
So instead of firing when I press, it fires when I release, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can try that. That's a good suggestion.
Because like for people like me who are not very who have very bad hand-eye coordination.
Okay. You did beat Super Hexagon though.
I did. After playing like 40,
40
hours,
hours.
putting like 40 straight 40 hours into the game, just like trying really hard, staring at the screen really hard.
Holding down on button slows the goes into
Cannon.
slow-mo, right? Goes into
Also.
slow-mo. So it's for the cannon, right?
Yeah.
For the cannon. For the aiming. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
So oh.
Mhm.
So you mean like the whole world goes into slow-mo?
Yeah. Or would that be fine?
Oh no, I mean that would probably be fine. It's just I wonder if that is easier to implement.
Yeah. In my case, it's very easy to implement because I have a global .delta time. Let me show you. I have this very poorly named object called DT updater. So it's named for what it does. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. So DT2 is my unscaled time, and then DT is the one that is scaled by this variable called DT modifier. And that's about it. I have this capped to 40 FPS because we don't want a sudden slowdown, right? To cause a huge, massive teleportation of all the objects in the scene. Yeah. So we have to clamp it no matter what, right? In any game engine, in any games. So that's one thing. Yeah, that's about it. This would make my slow motion implementation really easy because all I have to do is to change this. That's about it. Yeah, I don't think I have anything like as far as movement is concerned. I don't think I have any. I don't think I have any object that isn't time based. Yeah. So they all move with by taking into consideration the DT. Yeah, so it should be okay. 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 So what else do you think I can add? I suppose you would say that I should really get it to work on a mobile device soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is I don't really have time for that because of my part time. But hopefully in 2 weeks' time I will have time to set up all of the SDK and make the build.
Well, then it's time to distract yourself with random things like, oh, what if you put cobwebs in the scene, and then when you fire from the cannon and you jump through them, the cobwebs just disintegrate and stuff.
Yeah. I was thinking of something along that line because I've made the blast I've tried to make the blast feel powerful, right? And the natural next step would be that I can break blocks with it, right? So
no, like or
Uh-huh.
you already have grass, right?
Yes.
You could make the grass wobble more. Put
Ah.
grass around the cannon, and then the grass will just wobble a lot more.
You're right. You're right. So when it blasts, right, there's this the back blast could make them wobble or
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can try that. Yeah, but I'm not at the stage where I can just start decorating the level. Because there's a lot of stability issues that I have to fix first, right? Like for example, the save data is problematic at the moment, right? So I need to fix that first. Let's see. This one is fixed. This one is done. So a layering issue is just careless mistake in the end. So let me fix this. Is done. Right. I need to start labeling the world buttons as well. If you take a look at the. Hang on. If you were to take a look, like imagine you are at this level, right? You have no idea what level you're at. You know, yeah, it's not labeled. Yeah, I have to fix that. A few things. Yeah, more doodads, blah blah blah. That's about it. Any questions, John?
No.
No. All right.
Oh wait. So when you're in the ball form, you cannot press the jump button or anything, right?
When you're in the ball form, you cannot press jump button.
Can you?
Nope.
Nope. Oh, okay.
You're in ball form, meaning that when you're shot out of the thing.
Shot out again.
Yeah. You cannot
Only
do
when
anything.
you land on the ground, then you get to.
Only when you land on the ground. Yeah, even the ceiling that doesn't make any changes to the state. Only the
I see.
ground. Yeah. So the
Cool.
idea is to, like I want to make levels where you have to bounce around a corner.
I see.
Yeah, I want to try
Cool,
that.
cool.
Mm,
Cool, cool.
and I think, right, rather than something like, rather than firing yourself out in a very direct fashion to collect collectibles, I think, isn't it more satisfying to collect the collectibles, right? Through a indirect route,
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that that's more satisfying. Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, the potential for both design is there, right? For this current design. Yeah, but yeah. I don't want wall clinging when you shot yourself out of the wall, or when you shot yourself out of the cannon. Yeah, I feel like this is more satisfying.
Right. So you're still affected by gravity when you. Okay, I see.
Yeah, definitely. It's not. It's not like it suddenly ignores gravity. It's not like Pulseman. I'm not sure if you've heard of Pulseman.
That's the Game Freak.
That's the Game Freak. It's one of the more obscure Game Freak games. Game Freak platformer. It's not like Pulseman, right, where you become a bolt of electricity and stuff flying everywhere. It's not like that. Yeah. Even though the rebounding thing is the same, right? Like you can rebound off a wall, just like in Pulseman.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Shall we call it? Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
So, you want to do a recap for your end?
Yeah. So next week I'll be showing a bit more of the sound effects on the GBA.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
Yes. That's it.
And for me, whoa. Tetris. For me, it will be more of these cannon. Maybe I'll do some raycasting for the cannon because you say it will help. Wait, what else did I say I will do? Oh, and I'll fix the saving bug issue. Yeah, okay, that's about it. Let's call it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, thanks everyone for sticking around. Thanks Devious Oatmeal, thanks Ace. We hope to see you again next Sunday where we will talk about our progress again. Yeah. Okay, John. Okay, see you. Bye bye. Oh my god, John. Okay, I'm gonna close the thing.